All right, we're Jean Lipski here at Arcaro Genell, the pizza capital of the world. And Jean, a district championship, what a great feeling it was. Not an easy road, a lot of great teams out there, and Wyoming Seminary along the way. Determined Holy Redeemer team as well, but you found a way to get it done.
We did. Once again, a testament to the girls, their ability to adjust and to make it work. We did hit a lot of great teams along the way. Our conference is very, very strong. And to come through our conference undefeated is really spectacular. So I'm proud of them. They work hard.
Special group of girls. This is a lot of girls going to different places, not only as seniors but juniors. I mean, this is just a very talented group of young ladies. But at the same time, you got to have camaraderie, you got to have teamwork when you're out there, and this group seems to have that.
They certainly do. I told them the very first day of practice in August that they had what it took to come this far, but they had to work hard and that it doesn't come easily. It's a tough road, and they've learned that, and they've had to get themselves out of some situations, but they always seem to be able to pull it off. So I hope they can continue.
And now the state playoffs begin, and any game, 1-0, 2-1, overtime, who knows what it's going to be, but it's going to be you're going to have to be seasoned. As you said, this team is seasoned after going through the Wyoming Valley Conference. One game at a time. Talk about what you're looking forward to with that next game, whoever that next opponent's going to be.
Okay. We've said all season that we take one game at a time. And if you notice the girls after each game, even after a big win, they don't celebrate a lot. They just come off as a team and they go on to their next job. They're very, very good in that mental aspect. And so I just think that with the new way that the conference has been set up, so that we've been playing all those big teams all year, that is going to help us tremendously when we go into this state run. So once again, you take it one step at a time, you find a way to win, and then you go on to the next game.
Things that you're very thrilled about with this team overall, whether it's a scoring punch, ability to kind of clamp down defensively, or is it kind of just overall it's everything?
They really move as a unit, and that's very important. That they stay close enough together to help each other, but spread the field enough that they can spread the defense for the other team. And so they work very well as a team. And we have kids who can go in off the bench if there's someone injured or someone that's just having a little bit of an off day, that can go in and play almost any position except for goalie. And do a good job. And so we have kids who just are aware of the field, they have good vision, and once again they can adjust to the other team and find a way to win.
Well, we wish you the very best, and we thank you so much for coming out to Arcaro and Genell.
Okay, I thank you.
All right, we're with Carey Anne Keiper from the Lake Lehman Field Hockey team. And Carey Anne, let's talk about this year, really a special year for you and your teammates.
Yeah, it's really special for us because we're going so far with the season, and it's nice to be like one of the longest sports still going, and for how hard everybody worked and how far we got, it's really special for us.
Nice to see the girls soccer team and the field hockey team win district championships. That's unusual, extremely unusual. A lot of tremendous athletes at your school on the ladies' side.
Oh yeah, the boys got to step up their game.
Well, let's talk about what your role is overall on the team. What does coach have you do, and what do you think you're doing a good job with this year?
Well, I think we're doing a good job with our passing and reversing the field to the other side. And for practice, we practice a lot about talking and scrimmaging and getting all the girls built up so then they're ready for next year.
As far as the games that you went through this year, take us through some of those tough games, because there's a lot of them that you go through in the league. Take us through a few.
Well, for seminary, it was really tough. We had to do a lot of talking, and we had to concentrate on where the ball's going and how they're doing their corners and being in the right spot at the right time. Crestwood was pretty hard, and they were really good. They were a really good team for us to play, and for us to win that was the best feeling that I think our whole team felt. And for my senior year, I just felt amazing when we beat them.
But Holy Redeemer, pretty tough team.
Oh yeah.
They came to play, right?
Yeah, they came to play, definitely. They put 110% or above in playing. They really wanted to win, but I'm happy that we did, so we are top.
Not only do you do field hockey, you have some other things you do. Tell us a little bit about some stuff that you do as well.
I play lacrosse, I'm a defender, and I also ride horses.
Talk about how you got into riding horses.
Well, my family had horses ever since I was like really little, and I always race them at rodeos, and I compete, and I just went to states for horses.
So quite a resume that you have, and doing a little bit of everything. What do you love the most?
I like field hockey because it's really nice, but I think I like riding horses best out of all of it because you get to learn how their body reaction is, and you get to learn how to bounce your emotions off of them, and they're just all around good.
And one in a 1,000 or more, very unique that you're able to do that and do it well.
Yeah, it's tough.
Well, congratulations on a district championship, continued success with lacrosse, and of course riding the horses as well, and your family too.
Thank you.
I'm with Maranda Martin from the Lake Lehman Field Hockey team. Miranda, let's talk about this run from your team this year.
It's we expected really good things from the beginning of the season. We really wanted to go far this year. We want to go to states, and we want to go further than we did last year.
District championship has to feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Talk what it was like to beat Holy Redeemer.
Beating Holy Redeemer was like a dream come true. We worked so hard to finally get there. We've been second place, and finally we are the champions now.
Overall, you talk about being a field hockey player at Lake Lehman, a lot of tradition, but it's great when you win. So what's it like being with these girls?
Being with my team is it's great. We always have a good connection on the field. Even off the field, we're always in sync with each other on and off. And yeah.
What does Coach expect of you? Talk about what you're supposed to do, whether it's a leadership role or something you're doing on the field.
Coach Lipski always expects positive stuff. She always wants us to be positive to each other, and even if we're running, she always wants to positive. You got this, keep pushing, stuff like that, and it helps. It helps.
How about the other activities you're involved with at school at Lake Lehman?
I used to be involved in track and field. I like that, and I mostly play field hockey. Mm-hmm.
This run for this team, you're hoping it never ends, but as Coach said, it's a one game at a time approach. Talk about how you prepare mentally for those games and say, okay, we're going to focus on this team right now.
Mm-hmm. We always just focus. You never can be too cocky. You always got to go in with a good mindset and positive thoughts. No negative. We got this, but you can't go in there with a big head. You got to stay positive.
How about Miranda's biggest fans? Who's out there cheering you on?
Oh, my grandfather, Frank Michaels. He's my biggest fan.
All right.
He's always there.
Everybody needs a fan. That's great to hear. Well, we wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
We're with Taylor Sircone from the Lake Lehman Field Hockey team. And Taylor, let's talk about your role on this year's team, what position you play, and talk about some of the girls that are around you.
I play defense. I'm with Jamie Bazink and Hunter Klein back there on D. I think we work well together, getting the ball up to our midfields, which get them up to score, which we work well together.
How about being a busy student athlete? Not only do you do field hockey, you do a couple other sports. So tell us a little bit about how you manage your time to do all those things.
Well, field hockey takes up a lot of time, but I love being there and just being able to play with our team. So out of season, I'm still playing hockey indoor while swim goes on, and it's busy.
Talk about your events in swimming.
I swim the 200 IM. It's all the strokes. And I do the 100 freestyle, which is just free.
And then how about over in lacrosse? Talk about what you do there.
This is my first year, so I never played lacrosse before, so it'll be exciting.
Staying busy, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. What do you get out of being such an athlete that you take pride in being fit and of course pushing yourself and reaching for a little bit more and having some friends along the way as well, meeting new ones?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. I like being able to make new friends with the teammates, and especially with lacrosse this year, it's a lot of new girls. So it's going to be exciting.
As far as your family getting out there, supporting you on the fields or maybe pushing you a little bit in the classroom, tell us a little bit about what you get in there.
My parents definitely push me a lot. They're my main supporters. So same with my brothers and my boyfriend. They're always with me, just pushing me as much as they can.
Future endeavors for you? Have you some thoughts right now on what you want to do?
I want to go to Keystone to go into accounting, and then I'm going to play hockey there too.
All right, that's a great school, Keystone, and of course some field hockey for you in your future endeavors. We wish you the best in the state playoffs.
Thank you.
We're with Sarah Sabaluski from the Lake Lehman Field Hockey team, and Sarah, obviously getting the recruiting thing over for you is a relief. You're headed to Louisville. Talk about that process for you and narrowing down and saying, okay, I'm going to Louisville, I got that over with.
Like the recruiting process. Okay, so like the recruiting process is kind of like when I was looking at schools, this one coach explained it like perfectly. The recruiting process is kind of like you are a product and you are showing yourself to someone who wants you, essentially. So what you need to do, like, they're not going to come and find you. You essentially need to put yourself, because you need to put yourself in front of them in their eyes, because they, like the coach told me, they get hundreds of emails a day, like, hey, come see me, like at festivals and like recruiting showcases and everything. They're like, hey, come look at me. Like, they are one person. So the best way to do it is to go to clinics, go to summer camps, and put yourself in front of their face and be like, hey, look at me. So that's like probably the best way to do it. And to explain like the process like that I went through, it was fun and all, but it was also at the same time like really like tiring, and of course like sometimes a little pricey, because of course you have to get like a hoodie or something. But like it was just, I don't know, everyone, like, now that the recruiting process is over, it's more like sometimes you wish you could go back and like do things differently, but at the same time, like, I love the decision I've made and everything. But personally, the recruiting process wasn't like my favorite, because traveling all the time with like my ADHD, sitting in a car does not sit well sometimes, and especially since I wanted to go far away, it was more kind of just like tiring.
Talent level on the field, talk about what you do for your teammates that kind of complements everybody.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't have like a lot of stats, like goals and stuff like that. I would consider myself not like a play finisher. I'm more of a playmaker. Like, I'm more of the person that would set up I'm the person that would set up like the transition that started a goal. Like, I have good field vision, so I can see a transfer and I can see movement develop better than something that's like a shot on cage. So, or like I can see if I can get a better opportunity of getting a corner. So kind of something like I said, like a play starter to get a goal is kind of more my strong suit.
And I always start somewhere, and you happen to be that young lady. How about some of the finishers this year on your team? Tell us about some of those young ladies.
They're doing their job. They're finishing well. Carey Anne, a senior, she I think is leading our team in goals right now. She's good on that post. Michaela Adams, a junior, she's a great finisher. Lilli Stepanski, who just won our district title game, great finisher. Taylor Alba with her flicks. Like, everyone's good finishers on our team, especially on our forward line.
What are you looking forward to now that the state playoffs are coming?
Kind of just more like being with the team and like going through the process together, because we've like with some of the girls, because like our senior class and junior class we're so close. Like, we've been kind of like the core group since like my 8th grade year and their 7th grade year. Like, we were the team my 8th grade year that went undefeated, and then like we did that together. And then coming up to high school, like, we've always been like, and then we didn't have our first state run was my sophomore year, so that was their freshman year, so that's when we were like all together. And then ever since like then, we've been building with each other, and we've been just getting better and stronger with each other. So it's kind of just fun and like enjoyable going through it with them, knowing that we can just become better.
Well, it was enjoyable talking with you, hearing your story again, and we wish you the best of luck at Louisville, and of course the rest of the way here for Lake Lehman.
Thank you.
All right, we're with Taylor Alba from the Lake Lehman Field Hockey team, and Taylor, talk about this year, the competition in the Wyoming Valley Conference, so good, which prepares you for the district playoffs, which then prepares you to win a district championship. It's not easy, though. Everybody's saying, okay, I think this team's the favorite, but you still got to go out and play the game. Take us through some of those games like Wyoming Seminary and Holy Redeemer, what the nerves are like, and then going out and performing.
It's really, you just have to take it game by game. Like, every game's a different game. Like, if you had a not so good game before that, you really have to like step it up that game, especially when you're playing like teams like Seminary, teams like Valley West. You know that you girls have to like bring your game, and just work hard the whole game. So
let's talk about Coach Lipski, her style. I mean, she's been at it a long time, but she's done a tremendous job at this program at Lake Lehman.
She's a great coach. She always helps us. Like, if we're having a bad game, she knows what to say to you to bring you up, like lift your spirits. And even if the whole team's like not doing so good, she knows what to say, and we all just realize like what we have is like in store for us. So,
What do we see when we see Taylor Alba out there on the field?
really, it's hard to explain. I kind of just get the ball and give it. I don't like to carry the ball a lot, so I just look for the next option. So, playmaker, I guess.
Your teammates' defense, let's talk about them. Some of the girls talked about the offense. Tell us about the defense this year at Lehman. Starts with the keeper and the defense around.
Defense, I think our defense has gotten so much better the last couple of games. We have lots of our coaches are like helping them with that, and they save us lots of time, especially in that seminary game. They've really brought their A game, so thankful for them.
How about for you, the future endeavors? Let's talk about where you're going, what you're going to study, and you're going to play field hockey.
I'm going to Temple, and I think I'm going to study business, but that's not definite yet, so we'll see.
And as far as other activities at Lake Lehman and doing a good job in the classroom, take us through a little bit about being a student athlete.
Really just time management. Like if you have a late game, you have to do your homework like before the game, or like study like earlier before the game. So that's like the biggest thing. Just realize like how important that is, like the crucial hours before a game.
Relationships with these ladies, you'll take forever. What a group as far as closeness, right?
Yeah, I love them. It's like kind of odd how close we are, like some of the things we say to each other, but it's just we're family. I love them.
And talk about your family, Taylor, as far as being there for you to make sure that they're getting the best out of you.
They're always there supporting me. I come off the field, like everybody's there, especially for our senior night game. My whole family was there, so very thankful for them.
Well, congratulations on a district championship.
Thank you.
On Temple University, and continued success for you.
Thank you.
I'm with Lilli Stepanski from the Lake Lehman Field Hockey team, and Lilli, let's talk about your role this year and winning a district championship. I'm sure feels pretty darn good.
Oh yeah, it feels really good to just finally have two silver medals and then a gold after 2 years of silver.
Take us through the playoffs, beating Sem, and it had to be a challenging game, and then getting Holy Redeemer's best shot.
Beating Sem was probably the second time one of our hardest games, and then Holy Redeemer, we came out strong, but they did too. They were ready to play, but then we finally just got it done.
Overall, let's talk about Coach Lipski and the girls and being a member of this Black Knight team. I'm sure at times you're like, is this for real? We're having so much success, and you're just happy to be a part of it.
The team is great. Like, we're best friends. We're sort of like a close team, and the coaches, we just all get along really well.
For you, let's talk about what's next for you in the life of Lilli Stepanski.
I'll be going to St. Francis University to play hockey too.
Well, how about that recruiting process and making that decision? Tell us about the craziness of that and how you kind of narrowed it down.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of work, and it's like not frustrating, but it's like overwhelming. But then once you finally pick it out, you're just like, it's like a weight lifted off your shoulders.
What do you think the coaches liked about you? What did they say? Hey, we really like that you do this well.
I think because my speed. Probably, I don't know. Probably.
It's got to be something that has such a nice school. Doing the job in the classroom as well. Talk about how you're able to accomplish that.
Just after school, we just have, sometimes we practice later at night, so then we would just go home, do your homework, or even in study hall. And then if we have practice after school, you just do it after practice around 5 o'clock.
We're hoping this team could make a run, but Coach says one game at a time. You think you have the talent this year to keep it going?
Yeah, definitely. If we just keep our heads in the game and work as a team.
All right, well, we're rooting for you. We wish you the best.
Thank you.